Hello everyone. Um, First of all, I must, I think, set up my. mm, These. Wait a second. Filters. Okay. It's looking so strange. I don't know why. Sincerely, I don't why. Don't know why. For grading color key. Image mask blend. So strange. I don't know why it's starting to look so weird. Let me adjust first the brightness. Oh, much better. It wasn't my webcam, but it was my lightning system. Hi everyone. Ciao, I'm Andrea, the man behind Sublument, the the light painting project you are following, I hope. Also on YouTube. I started at the end of the 2022 with a live streaming, showing my workflow, sharing my knowledge about light painting. I hope all of these material is useful, helpful for anyone. And let's start. Okay, what else? First of all, I'm showing my website, sublument.com. Sublument.com. If you are searching for light painting tutorials, light painting guides, or if you are looking for a light painting for portfolio, there are various examples from me during all these years, various techniques, as you can see. I'm sharing my light painting experiences with tourists visiting Apulia, Puglia in Italian, okay, my region. All some during from June to September, I'm making this light painting experience to everyone who wants to have a unique souvenirs of their vacation, or some of them are in their honeymoon. So I'm totally sharing my way of working. Okay, so strange to explain. I'm bringing people to the places I used to have as my location for light painting shootings. So it's a unique experience. I think everyone is totally fascinating and happy and satisfied. So if you are coming to Puglia this summer, look for on Airbnb. There is an experience available. Is mine, okay? And if you are not on Airbnb, if you are haven't an account on Airbnb, don't worry. You can contact me directly. I will book an experience with no problems. Okay, go to sublument.com/experiences, or is visible on the home page. Go there and contact me if you are going to visit my beautiful region, beautiful and hot in summer region. If you are not visiting my region because you are too far or you have no money to travel this summer, you can learn from my experience. There is the guides the guides section of my website, sublument.com/guides, and very easy to find. Okay, from the home page. Learn light painting. You can browse my articles. Also, they go deeper than my live streamings and my TikTok, you know, the YouTube Shorts or the Instagram Reels they can't go deeper in the topic. You can, for example, open this article and read all the information, the details you need to go into to fix a problem, an issue you have doing light painting. If you want to start light painting, if you want to know more, have more information about what to buy, what to have, your gear, your attitude, your mindset, you can find all the informations on my website. And thank you. Leave a comment on my here below this video if you want something in particular. I can publish. I will publish in the next days, weeks. Okay. And thank you in advance. Sublument. You can see there are so many. And for example, this one, I opened this one because I rewrote this. I updated the content inside because it was so visited from Google, by people searching for details about light painting photography, how to hide during the photos, how to use your gear. You must dress black. You don't use. You don't have to wear dark clothes. And this is this photo can show you why. This article explains everything, and is just one example. An example, okay. Or my most frequently asked question is what light tubes I use, what lights I use. I use Eric Perez kit. This year I'm going to buy some more tubes because I want to test some particular hues that are available on the store. And some of them I already bought in the past years, and most of my tubes are made by myself. So it's not a secret. They are acrylic transparent tubes with a flashlight on the end. It's not rocket science. Okay, like it's not a secret. I totally share everything I do. I was reading a message for me. This is everything is live, okay? So I'm sorry if I feel distracted sometimes. Now let's start with this episode. The main topic of this live streaming is light painting with the Milky Way behind you. Now let's switch to my Finder. In the past live streamings, I shared with you everything I do in a normal situation. For normal, I mean dark in a dark night with rocks, sea, the night, nature, and nature behavior in a nature ambient, in a natural location. Everything is beautiful, everything is dark, and it's okay because you don't need to show a particular thing in the background. You move the light, you make it bounce on the subject, on the rocks, on the ground, on the trees, and it's okay. It's a common way of doing light painting outdoors. But if you have a beautiful clear sky in the background with the Milky Way vertical, you need to picture it properly, and is a way to have your work a little harder to do. If you want to go deeper into astrophotography, I recommend this book. And this is your Bible, okay? You can consider this book as your Bible for astrophotography. It's from Alyn Wallace, one of the most followed and appreciated astrophotographer maybe in the world. On YouTube, for sure. And he wrote at the end of the last year, he wrote a beautiful guide, very, very interesting, that goes deeper in any aspect of astrophotography and long exposure night photography in general. So you need it also to learn how to create any night photography. Because it's not only long exposure, is a way of working that is completely different than daytime, completely, because you don't see anything. Okay, everything is captured by the camera. Your naked eye can see in darkness, is okay, because is progressively it can see better in the dark, but the camera can goes further and goes and can see way better than the naked eye because of the long exposure. But it's not so simple, because long exposure is long, so you need time, patience, and you need to get habit to get used to more struggles. I think more struggles to get the right composition and various things that make it way harder than daytime photography. Okay, and no, you can't do with a smartphone. Capturing stars and the Milky Way with a smartphone, okay, is possible. You can do it, but the very, very the real results are made with a camera, APS-C sensor with a full frame is okay, bright lens is okay, but with the camera is still it's still too dark. The sensor is too small, and there is not time to make astrophotography with your smartphone. But let's talk about light painting. I was saying light painting is like you always know, you trigger, you click on the trigger, you activate a X seconds exposure, and you get the job done. You move the light, you get the job done. But if you have the Milky Way on the background, you must capture it properly. To have a beautiful composition, you can have an object that can enrich more your photography and your composition. For example, it was the end of summer, clear sky. The air in the sky was colder, so more visible, more clear, not not vibrant. The hot air can do small vibrations that are disturbing your night photography. The stars are not so sharp. All the details in the sky are not so sharp. The cold air helps this aspect, and that night was the right night. As you can see, this is no, I haven't the right EXIF data in Finder, but we'll see the details later in camera raw. This is almost a 2 seconds exposure, I think, with ISO 1600 to get everything brighter. It's not easy. It wasn't easy because there is a restaurant with a very bright light on the roof. As you can see, the light coming from the left in all my pictures are coming from this damned restaurant that was open that night. Beautiful. No, it's not beautiful restaurant, but it's disturbing all my photos when I go to this location. Who cares? The problem is get the right time of the exposure to get the Milky Way on the background way visible. 2 seconds are not so enough. As you can see in the next one. My hard disk is spinning. Okay. This is my classic can I zoom in? No. This is my classic circle, classic 2 seconds exposure. As you can see, the sky is not properly exposed. It's darker. We can recover the shadows, and it's okay as usual. But I needed some more light coming from the original photo that I can work on and get more details in post-production. With a little whirl at the end, is very evident that I got a longer exposure, a second longer, and the Milky Way is more visible. The mouse is not visible when I move it because the capture is linked only to the window and not on the wall screen. So the whirl, the movement is one circle and the whirl on the top, and it allows me to have a half a second or 1 second more for my exposure. Same for this, 2-3 seconds of exposure. With these settings, we'll see what settings are. This picture is way brighter. If I'm not wrong, I edited a little the settings of the camera, but now this one is way brighter because I made the circle, then I shoot off the flashlight, so there are no more light coming from my tube, and then I continued my exposure, so I gained 2-3 seconds for the background, and the picture is correctly exposed. My fault is to be visible on the left. My foot is visible, but what can I do? What can I do? Oh, and the colors also are. The white balance is automatic, so the JPEG is balanced not properly. Oh, look at how the seconds of exposure are influent to the final exposure. 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2.5, and this is 4. Usually is 4-3 seconds. This is a trigger fail. Maybe because an octopus was trying to eat my foot, and I tried to make it visible. Now the problem is the opposite, because I exposed correctly the background. With 2 seconds. The Milky Way is completely visible, but the tube is overexposed. A bit overexposed. It's not a mistake. I was at minimum power. I was at minimum power, so what can I do? The flashlight I was using allowed me to have this brightness at minimum level. It was so cold, so I haven't enough time to edit the beam of the flashlight with the gaff tape on top to make it less bright, because Federica, my friend here, was totally freezing, and there was not time to do so many things. Okay, we started at 8 p.m. and we finished the session less than an hour, and we were freezing because we were wearing summer clothes, very light, especially Federica here. But believe me, we were freezing. So there was not time to experiment. Look at here. Here with the sparkler was even more visible. This problem. Because the sparkler can't be dimmered. No. But I'm pretty satisfied of that night. That night, there was not so much time for us to create, to be variable, to play with the composition. The composition is like this. It's like that, with a vertical Milky Way, so visible in the sky, and we work in this way. Now, we talk later about my gear. But let's start with the photo editing. If you are watching this at this point, thank you. I will slice this video into chapters to have it more more clear and more to allow the viewers to skip directly to the section you needed. Okay, now let's select some shots. These are without light painting. This one. Let's start with a simple circle. Simple circle. Then with the orange. This one to make it more evident, the difference. A little swirl. Then skip to the white. This one, I love these shapes. Last summer I was working on improving my shapes. They look so so simple to do. They're completely not simple to do. Oh, the overexposed. Let's select the overexposed. Let's select the overexposed and then this one where the Milky Way is way visible. Okay, let's open Photoshop. This is this is a test. I'm studying a little of graphic design, and this the graphic design is an art that I not forgot, but for years I never worked on. But many people asked me to do some works. So actually I'm re-studying graphic design and producing some tests using my project Sublument as the subject, using my girls and my photos as the main background or subject of my compositions, of my creations. I will I will post them somewhere on Behance, on my website. I don't know, but for now I'm enjoying myself, and this is one of them. But I need camera raw. Camera raw. Where are you? Here it is. Camera raw. Let's open my files. If you're watching this segment of this video, please give me a like, support my channel. A subscribe can help me improving, speaking better English and studying for better content overall on my socials, on my website. Thank you. Thank you. Now it's time to work on the files. Select them and correct. No, not Samsung. Samyang. Okay. I must correct my settings. Let's start. No. Now I must reset to default everything. because we were using my previous settings. Samyang 24 millimeters. That's okay. Let's make a breakdown. Yeah, I hope is correct, the right word. Breakdown on my photos. This one without the light painting, ISO 1600 like expected, 24 millimeters, f1.8 max aperture, 5 seconds exposure. So the Milky Way is so visible in the sky. 1 second with the sky. 1 second with a circle. 1 second making a circle, a light painting circle. And the difference is way visible. If I would cheat, I would combine the photos using this Milky Way and putting it on my photo, this photo. Yes, but I don't work like that. I've never used it for a composition, for a composite. I like to have everything in one exposure. That's the way of making light painting usually. It's not a rule. Someone makes composites and it's okay. It's totally okay. There is no rule. You are not cheating. No one is cheating. Okay. Let's see in real time. No, this is crazy. Let's start breakdown of all the picture. This is 2 seconds, 4 seconds, stopping the exposure. Like I said, this is 1 second exposure with a circle. I made a 1 second for the circle and 3 seconds shooting down my flashlight. So 3 seconds for the Milky Way behind us. So 1 plus 3 seconds for having a 4 second exposure. Very nice. If it wasn't my foot visible, shame on me, okay? We can work on this picture. It can be interesting. I must remove myself. On this series, I put myself in the wrong position. My legs mostly, because in this one I'm not so visible. Shame on me. As you can see here, I was standing in the right way. And this one, same settings, 3 seconds exposure. 2 seconds, but a brighter tube, brighter sparklers. And let's see, the last one was 5 seconds because of the shape. I don't remember if I shift to 3200 ISO that night, but I don't think, to avoid more digital noise. Now, let me check if the horizon is okay. Maybe in this one is different. No. Okay. Same. Okay. Let's take this one and fix the horizon. Okay, we did it. I said I would fix the horizon, but I don't think is fixed. Before and after. Okay. Wow, a loss of frames during my live streaming. It's okay. Okay, the audio is okay. I'm sorry, everything is live, so I'm always checking everything. I'm distracted sometimes. Maybe thanks to my ADHD. Now, let's start with the first circle. Exposure. Up the exposure. Let's go up with exposure. Less contrast, less highlights, more shadows, more whites, and a little more blacks. Now I need less clarity, or let's leave it alone, and add more vibrance and a little more saturation. The white balance is is a mess, so let's take it on this rock. No, let's take it on the sky here. Okay, a little yellow, more yellow, but it's okay. It's okay because I have a lot of light pollution on the background, especially on the right. On the right is polluted by the rest of my region and a bit of Basilicata. Is the coast. Let me show you. I never done this before. Let me show you where I was. Torre La Pil... No, Punta Prosciutto. Punta Prosciutto. If you are coming this summer to Punta Prosciutto, to Salento, to Puglia, go to Punta Prosciutto. Beside the name, this is funny because it's I don't know why it's called like the ham. Prosciutto. Prosciutto, not prosciutto. Okay? The beach is this one, spiaggia di Punta Cacata. Don't ask me the origin of this name. I don't want it. I don't want to know. And we were we were here. Can I put a sign? Vabbè, let's drag the people, the small person. We were here, almost here. Here. Okay. But as you can see, the light pollution coming from the right, of the picture is coming from this area. Let's drag the little man for Google Maps. Is coming all from this region, because we are actually facing all this region. It's not so crowded, so lived by many people, but it's Taranto. Here there's a big city and brings a lot of light pollution, and then all these typical summer locations, all the Basilicata region. Okay, so the light pollution is coming from there, and it's normal. Let's go back to final camera raw. Okay, so a little more orange, yellow is okay for me to balance the picture. Then we need now two filters, one or a mask, one on a subject like this. Perfect. Little more details, more shadow, less clarity to make it more shiny and the light glowing. And one more mask on the sky. On the sky, because I need more details and more Milky Way visible. Whites, bring up the whites. Increase the contrast. As you can see, the Milky Way is way visible. I'm not following my master Alyn Wallace suggestions or workflow on working on the Milky Way, because I have no time to follow everything, but he's right. Please, if you want to work on Milky Way and star photography, astrophotography, please take a look, learn from the masters, not from me. Okay. No, but I'm actually applying my workflow is a bit faster than others, because it's one single exposure. I'm not doing composites. I'm not merging various exposures. into one shot with Photoshop, with an astrophotographer. I'm using my camera and 1 second exposure on this photo, okay? So it's harder to get more details, but it's normal. It's normal. Okay? Now, we have more details on the Milky Way, but we can do one more mask, a radial gradient on the Milky Way. Like this, to get more details on the Milky Way, like this, more orange, a little more saturation, more clarity. Oh, let's look how beautiful and bright it is. More the haze, but let's balance all this green with the magenta. And now is interesting. Huh? What do you think? If you are watching this step, please leave a comment, leave a hi, and like this video. Please support my channel, my project Sublument, and thank you. Now I'm not applying noise reduction because I will apply a layer of noise reduction later on all the picture. As you can see, all the details are a mess, but who cares? Okay, it's normal. It's normal. You can't avoid. You can avoid, but you can avoid with a lot of work. Now the mask is applied to everything, even the subject. We must subtract the subject and we must apply everything. We must subtract everything but the sky. So sky and then invert. So we have everything. We are applying this radial gradient only to the area we need, and not on the subject, and not on, for example, the sea here, the water. The water is okay because it's darker. I need to enhance the reflection. If we want, we can apply a new mask, linear gradient, like this, and pump up the exposure like this. A little more details, and we can exaggerate with a bit of yellow and less clarity. Spoiler, I think there will be a lot of hot pixels, but I have a Photoshop action for that. 53 minutes of live streaming. Okay. 10% of missed frames. Nice. So the workflow is, like always, I apply I correct my exposure, I decrease my contrast to get more details on my photo. Then on the subject, I apply this mask to correct something. Then I apply a mask, a filter mask on the sky to get a little more details. Then I apply, I don't understand, okay, radial gradient on the Milky Way to make it more visible. Look at how beautiful is that. And then the last one, very, very subtle mask on the ground, on the water, to get more details. If you like this, please leave a comment and let me know. As you can see, it's very simple. I don't reach for complicated things. I don't go for something that complicates my life. I go for simpler things. Now, the last thing is details, noise reduction. No, not yet. Color mixer. I want to everything green to disappear as usual. Saturation, everything green is disappearing. And let's get more saturation on the orange. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we will need some blue shadows. Let's see if it's possible without messing everything. I can exaggerate. No, exaggerating is not the case, but a little blue to get the darkest areas blue and enhance everything orange, because the lights are orange, and it's totally okay. Now I need a check on the wow, how noisy, huh? I need to make all these purple fringe and turquoise fringe to disappear on the edge of the brightest stars. Can you disappear? Oh, this one. Let me check somewhere else. Oh, look at the core of the Milky Way. Okay, it's noisy, but it's normal, okay? It's normal to be so noisy. Because I'm not using an astro tracker, I'm not using anything. And my lens is 1.8, f1.8. So what can I do? 1 second exposure in this case. 1 second. What can I do? Miracles are not for me yet. Now, details. Sharpening, no. Radius, a little less. And noise reduction, very high. I think it's better. Before and after. Before. before, after. He's doing a good job, my dear friend, Adobe Camera Raw. Now, let's copy the settings, masking, crop, yes. Let's copy everything and apply to everything. It will be, we need some time. It's not the first time I used the Milky Way as my background. Let's browse my portfolio. The first time I used the Milky Way as my background was, I need some space. Okay, let's go to the portfolio. The first time I experienced this was in 2021. In these pictures, apri immagine. It was the same place. Well, it was exactly the same place, but I was using a darker lens, f2.8, and the Milky Way was so visible. But it was the first time for me. I was struggling sincerely, trying to have it more visible, but it was beautiful. And that night, the moon was also visible in the sky. Eh? Then later that summer, on this that night, at the end of summer, we went another night. It was so cold. Ilenia was freezing totally, and I made this one. But they were my first tests, as you can see. I wasn't the master. I won't be the master of enhancing the Milky Way. I'm wondering why there isn't the best one with the Milky Way, but who cares? I will show it in another occasion. And this is with Manuela. With Manuela, Milky Way visible, very visible, beautiful pictures, very, very beautiful. I love them. 2021. This one was made better in post-production by me, but there is a lot of errors, a lot of details not well done. f2.8 and 32 ISO, I think. Many things were made with no experience, especially my post-production, okay? But it was my very first test with the Milky Way. I'm showing this while it's loading it's applying on Camera Raw all the filters on the settings. Okay, let's go back to our Photoshop Camera Raw. Now, let's balance the exposure of all the pictures. fit. I'm fixing also this one because I like it. I like it so much. Okay. Let's take a look at the masks. I want to exaggerate all the settings and it's okay. Now, one more on this one. General, I'm lowering the exposure until it fits with the previous. It's okay. A little less exposure also here. Now, here are super overexposed photos. Now the white, I don't like it. Now the white balance on this photo. Let's see how can I fix it. Let's see. For example, I can go to color grading. We have some curves. Let's see if I can shift some. No, I cannot shift anything. Let's see, edit parametric curve. No. Point to target. No. Green. No, it's better to go to color grading, highlights, less green, and shift to a colder light like this. I think it's more natural, less unreal. Later I will apply some how can I say the vignetting. I always forget the vignetting. Calibration, I don't like it. I think it can be okay. Now, this one that is totally overexposed, but we can fix it. Let's go to the subject. The subject is not well selected. But what can we do? Increase the contrast. Trying to recover something, no? Ah, no, I'm selecting everything. Mask, here on the ground, we can go. Oh, nice. I think it's very, very nice. Little more light. The highlights are burnt. There is no need to lower them because the damage is already done. Color grading, let's do the same trick to the shadows, less green, no green at all, and shift to a little blue. Okay, like this. And then I must erase myself. Copy selected. Yes, the masking also. Copy and paste here. And I think also these settings can be okay. Oh, it's so bright behind me. Okay, without the sparklers is completely different, as you can see. But who cares? We can put up the exposure. We can go up with the shadows. So Federica is clearly visible. More contrast to enhance the details. And what else? Maybe the mask. I must move the mask. Because you know the earth is spinning. Everything is spinning above us and below us. Okay. Now same trick. Color grading. The highlights, the shadows are okay. Maybe a little more contrast, less exposure, a little more contrast on the sky. Okay. If you are watching, please, thank you in advance. Please support my channel, my YouTube channel, with a like, with a subscribe. Thank you so much. And if you want to see more live editing or go deeper in some topics, please let me know. Send me an email, send me a DM somewhere on the socials. And thank you. One more thing, in the next month, I'm creating some learning tutorials on the classic YouTube style. No live streaming, will be edited to be as fast as possible, as in not long form, very long, but in long form. So I'm planning at least 10, 20 videos that will be posted in the next month. And so if you want to support, please subscribe. If you want, don't miss my material. That is, it will be different from TikTok, Instagram, or the YouTube shorts. And now the photos are completely okay. I like them. I like them, but now I'm preparing my videos that are, you don't know if you watched my shorts like these. Let's go to my YouTube channel. I'm sharing my steps on editing my photos. So first, exposure and contrast, color grading, adding some texture, some noise. I went into the add noise, add grain. You know, all these details make more the light painting more touchable. Okay, I hope I'm clear on this new step of my light painting art. So I want to share in the same things, in the same way with these pictures, these photos. This is not important, for example. I must add a vignette. Oh, look at how the stars are so bright in this photo. Now let's erase that boat. Great. I know it's blurry, okay? There is a motion blur of Federica, but who cares? Who cares? Save image as JPEG. Oh, I did not switch. My fault, my fault. What is the window to save it? Oh, no, it was saved in the same directory. Now let's do the same thing on my on this photo. For example, I will add the noise at the last step, but now, oh, it crashed. It crashed. It crashed on live streaming. Okay. maybe it's reopening. Allora, invia rapporto. Let's reopen. How much patient you must be. Let's reopen my files. Everything is on live, okay, live streaming, so it's a bit normal. In the meantime, a little pause for me, coming right back. Here I am. Here I am back again. I realized that the edits on my Camera Raw files were not saved by Photoshop or Camera Raw, so I'm very, very sorry. I will be so quick in fixing everything because I know what we did. So select everything, use profile correction. Okay. First, reset to default. See if apply previous settings. I was paste edit settings. No. Reset on default. Chromatic. Okay. Then exposure, highlights, shadow, black, little white, less contrast, more texture, more vibrance, little more saturation, white balance on the sky. Straight to the horizon. Straight to the horizon. Then masks on subject. Less clarity, more texture. Okay, then new mask on the sky. More exposure, more contrast. More shadows, a lot of whites. Okay, then radial gradient. More exposure, contrast, whites, more saturation, more clarity, dehaze, shift to magenta, and it's okay. Now let's subtract the subject, and it's okay. And let's subtract the sky, but inverting the mask, so it's more clear. Now new mask, linear gradient on the ground, like this, more exposure, more shadows, more yellow, less clarity. I think is okay. Very, very quick. Very, very, very quick. I hope I didn't forget anything. Now we can go back to the fringe and remove the fringe here near the stars. Okay, nice. What else? What else? The color grading for the other pictures, for the other photos, greens, aquas, yellow, saturation on yellow and orange. Oh, nice. And the shadow, more blue, blue. Not too much blue, because otherwise it goes to the green. I think is almost the same. I hope. I hope. Now, copy. Crop, healing, masking, geometry. I don't need it. Paste. And let's wait. Let's check if anything, if everything is going good. Okay. Every time the horizon looks so weird, but if I look at the settings, is cut down right. Well, okay. Now, lowering the exposure, more highlights, less shadow. Okay, this is the first one. Second one. The third one. Is the exposure correct? I think yes. Let's go to the fourth. Lowering the exposure. Okay, and the color grading, the highlights more on the magenta. This one is totally overexposed. Let's bring down all of these. More contrast, less shadows. I think I need from a little fixing for the fringe here. Nice. Clarity, okay. On the ground, we don't need so much light. It's not a perfect shot, but at least now it's balanced. More contrast, less highlights, it's good. Color grading, highlights, the same work, same job. Less light on the sky. No, the thing that is okay, the Milky Way, and the subject with more contrast than ever. Then the final touch is noise reduction. Less radius, less sharpening, we don't need it. Color noise, I think is okay. Wow, my CPU is spinning. Yeah, full throttle right now. I need a new computer. Okay, now save settings. I think I can save settings. Works. Sublument. At least if now Camera Raw Photoshop is crashing, I have how something to recover, to resume. Oh, perfetto. This one is okay. But now, as I showed you, I need to share every step. So I must. I must. How can I say? Oh, that's a before and after. Before and after is very interesting. I must to disable all the settings applied and show the progress, the process. It's not simple. How can I do, since I have so many things? The color grading. We can do exposure, color grading, then all the steps. Allora, let's start. Let's start with this. Save image. No. Then this is the second step. Okay. Then it was subject and the sky, and this is the other step. And then enhance the Milky Way. Oh, I'm partially visible. Okay, next one. We will apply the same. No. Step 1. Sky and subject. Sky, subject, and ground to make it more balanced. I know it's not like I worked, but the video is different. Okay, a short video must be more interesting. Then Milky Way. Milky Way. Let me check is everything is okay. Okay. First one, second, third, and Milky Way. Original. Not the original 100%, but we are okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then in the last step, I will remove the details, some details, and then add more texture to the light painting, because even in this case, all is noisy, but not the light painting itself. And it looks like a mistake, because I did a good job, but everything is noisy with digital noise and not my noise, because if I add my texture, my grain, it's more pleasant to the eye, I think. It is my personal trend for now. I did it, yes. Hmm? Okay, one more. Ground, sky, subject, export. Milky Way, export. Next step. Oh, it crashed. It crashed. It crashed. But it's not important. At least I have 1, 2, 3, and then I can go for the remaining ones, because I have the settings. But now, well, we have a good timing, so I can interrupt. Now I can stop this live streaming. Thank you for watching, and please, if you want to support